They've won numerous awards, and to some, they're the #1 coffee shop in Ohio. We are back on site with Andy from ContempoRoast.
Pour the coffee.
Top of the mustache to you, and welcome to a very special episode of Mustaches and Coffee. Where the topic goes, nobody knows. I'm Isaac.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Andy.
And we're glad to have all you mustache and coffee lovers with us. It is an absolute honor to be back with you. Andy, how are you?
It's an honor to be back on here. I'm doing well. How about you?
Very good.
Yeah. Good to see you. Good to
Likewise.
see you.
Yes. And I love how, if you listen to the last time we were here, we talked about this chart. Now we have it as a background.
Ta-da!
It's very awesome. So yes, we are now in season 2 of Mustaches and Coffee. We couldn't think of a better person to catch up with. It's been over 6 months. Whew. That's just flown by.
Crazy
It
to think.
it really has. So we're just kind of catching up over some coffee. So maybe just start with, in these last 6 months or so, what's been new or what's been kind of exciting going on with ContempoRoast?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, we've been receiving some recognition, both kind of locally and a little bit of just, across different states too. We've been featured on a few different kind of news segments and some YouTube things, and we're really excited about, just general people hearing more about us. We're about a month and a half in since we've opened up the coffee shop, and, just kind of figuring out what's working, what isn't working, and trying to do everything we can to learn from our mistakes and plan ahead.
Awesome.
Very nice. I saw that you have some new delicious coffee out there, some nitro cold brew and some other stuff. So what new stuff do you have?
Yeah. I got kind of, a few different options usually. Like, there's going to be the different kind of coffee that are coming in from different places that all be roasting up differently. And then there's also the different, specialty kind of seasonal drinks like the nitro cold brew you were talking about. We recently introduced nitro cold brew charging as well as cold foam into our shop. I know they're not really revolutionary or groundbreaking at this point, but definitely something that's pretty popular these days. So we're happy to be able to do it our way and, in a way that meets with our sustainability needs. And it's, no canisters or anything. It draws the nitrogen from the atmosphere. So it's
cool.
Nice and green. Yeah.
Very nice.
And then as far as the coffees go, we've got one that's from Honduras. That's a nice natural process. Got some of those fun kind of sweet fruity notes to it. We got one from Haiti that's they call it the Haiti Blue. It's the same beans as the Jamaican Blue, like the Blue Mountain varietal.
Okay.
It's grown in Haiti. It's a honey process, so it's nice and sweet and smooth. We've got one from the Huila region of Colombia. That one's going to be kind of like a nice middle of the road one. It's almost kind of like tea-like. It's got some sort of spice notes like cinnamon. Really, really nice kind of middle of the road. Makes a great iced tea and cold brew as well. And then we'll be working on some fun holiday coffees too that I'm starting to sample and profile. Last year we did one that was co-fermented with strawberries. So usually it's just going to be pure coffee, but that one actually has a solution of different, strawberries that they have in like a liquid solution so it can sit with the green beans. We had that last year. It did great. This year we'll be doing it again with the strawberry one. We'll be doing one with grape. It's almost like a grape soda, grape juice, like really like purple grape kind of note.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then another one that we're also going to be really happy to offer, it's a geisha varietal from Mexico, where I've been fortunate enough to have the grower, he's doing some work around here. So he's been coming in and out of the shop and just been working on this and seen all the pictures of his farm direct from home. And the coffee just arrived right before this started. So I'm excited to start sample roasting that and figure out what the final profile is going to be.
That is so cool.
That's awesome.
Those will be kind of our like holiday kind of premium releases.
And you got so you did strawberry, you did grape. I have to ask, what is there a tease of what's to come after that? I feel like there's a progression of fruit going here.
I mean, with those co-fermentations, those have been kind of gaining ground in the last couple of years. And, as with any kind of new thing, professionals are kind of divided on their opinion on it. Some people love it because it's chasing the next new thing. It's, risk. It's kind of bold. Some people are like, it's not coffee. It's basically fruit juice. So, the purists and the traditionalists versus the people that are always looking to kind of push the envelope and like challenge people to redefine their definition of what coffee can be. I think there's always kind of be that split, which is why I want to try to appeal to a little bit of both sides, have the juicy fruit co-ferments, but then also have just a really nice, high quality, smooth, chocolatey, nutty, like exactly what you'd expect from a coffee done all the way up, dialed up to 10. So like, I'm excited to be able to kind of offer, kind of a few different niches. And that's usually what I'll try and do with my roast coffees. Like, I have my preferences, but if I only ever looked for things that I liked, there'd be 6 coffees that all taste pretty similar versus, I like one that's a smooth, dark, one that's a pretty bold, dark, one that's going to be a fruity light, one that's going to be a smooth light, one that's going to be kind of like floral and unique, one that's going to be kind of clean. Like, I always kind of take these notes, and that's where this really comes in handy, this chart behind us, for those listening. But, if you're reviewing, you'll have the pleasure of being able to see the top of it has a lot of kind of positive characteristics and the bottom has a lot of negative characteristics. That really helps me just kind of figure out, A, if something should or shouldn't be in there, but B, if I'm kind of like nailing the same note on a lot of coffees, I should probably kind of stagger their releases so they're not competing with each other. Have something that we're able to say, well, what are your preferences? And all right, try this one versus try one of 4,
Right.
It's more unique. I think you had there was an Instagram post of a new drink. It was I'm gonna probably butcher it because it's the machi.
The matcha?
Or matcha?
Yeah.
See? There you go.
You're good. Yeah.
But yeah, it looked amazing.
Yeah. So that was one of the ones that we're looking to highlight with our cold foam, since, again, that's kind of new for this menu. We have this lovely blackberry sage syrup from one of our small suppliers, and it's
amazing.
Yeah, it's super tasty. It's really good in lattes and matchas and stuff, but we'll do it as like a cold foam, which for those unaware, it's usually going to be, some type of dairy. It's usually skim milk because you want something that's going to have a high protein content, but a low fat content. So skim milk fits the bill perfectly. A little bit of syrup, and then you just kind of like whip it up with, you can use kind of those like handheld battery whisks. Most kind of like pro coffee shops will use a specific one that has a screen that's kind of patented to almost act like a steam wand. It creates a lot more kind of smaller bubbles that lets it be a lot more consistent, lets it last for a while. And yeah, so
very nice. I'm gonna have to try that soon. I'm like drooling.
I'm drinking coffee and I want another. That just sounds absolutely fabulous. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I think we appreciate. What you do is you're this coffee shop that your quality is just great. I mean, we love the roasting. We talked about that a lot when we were on the first time, but you're talking about also the unique variety. I think there's just all these flavors you're talking about. I think even if you're like, I don't really like coffee, you probably could find something. Wouldn't you agree? Have you found that with some of your customers?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the best examples I like to bring out is my dad. Before we started opening this, he didn't drink coffee. He didn't really even like the smell of coffee. But, I've been a barista for, I started in April of 2012. So over 12 years at this point. I was always kind of trying to make a drink that he might like, starting with kind of steamers and things that don't necessarily have coffee, but like, a cold brew with some chocolate, like it's basically chocolate milk that's a little extra kind of like dark, like, you can eventually start getting people to the point where they start to like it. And I think with a lot of things, I mean, somebody's only ever had like Bud Light and they say they don't like beer. They might not like beer, or they might just not like Bud Light,
Exactly.
I think a lot of people kind of have the same thing with coffee, where maybe they tried, a mediocre coffee when they were a kid, decided they didn't like coffee and never revisited it. But like, you might just not like mediocre coffee. So I think there's definitely something to that, where one cup of coffee does not represent them all. I think there's a lot to be enjoyed about a lot of different drinks.
Very nice. I think we were talking before we recorded that you're about a year and a half. So if you could look back from a community standpoint, how do you feel like your coffee shop has impacted the community as a whole?
I love to see it. I love seeing similar faces. I love seeing regulars interacting and introducing each other. Like, I love seeing just, people meeting up, people writing, people doing schoolwork and projects, families getting together, and like young parents getting out of the house. Like, it's it's really incredible just seeing this because, I mean, the people aspect is one that I carry probably more than any other aspect in this. Like, I love coffee and coffee is my passion, but like, if I'm just disregarding the human element, I don't know, I feel like I'm doing a big disservice. Like, that's like writing without an audience. You need to have an intended audience, or else why are you writing? Like, it's the same thing. If I'm just roasting for me, I don't know, I don't need 15-pound batches to do that. Like,
Yeah.
Awesome.
We appreciate that. Again, you just have this friendly atmosphere, like, you know, a lot of coffee shops do, but it's just really neat. We talk about the roaster. You see that when you come in. So we just have to continue to commend you on that. You know, you just have you have the whole package is what we want to say. So I think we caught up. We'll maybe touch on where people can find you, because you are in Ohio, but you also sell online. So we'll be sure to touch on that as well. We want to be sure to, you know, if people, hey, I want to try that, but I'm out of state, definitely give them a try. This is a high recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to do a little bit different this time. We usually do universal questions, but Ben, what are we going to do this time?
We're going to do something different.
Okay.
So you see this mysterious blob in front of us.
I do.
So we came up with something because of your friendliness and everything, having us here, your quality of coffee. And I'm sure Isaac has other things that, he likes about the coffee. Anything you want to add?
Yes. Like we said, we're not what you call coffee snobs, but we like our coffee. So to us, we feel like you're the gold standard. We feel like you guys are, when I have a cup of coffee from somewhere else, I'm almost comparing it to you guys. I'm like, does that have the same notes? Does that have all those flavors you're talking about? So when it comes to the quality, the care, the roasting, the atmosphere, we just feel like you're up there. You're the top notch of coffee shops.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I hope that people aren't ever intimidated. Like, I don't want people to feel like they need to be like coffee snobs to appreciate. Like,
right.
You can be.
All these coffee terms, I always love saying, like, nobody's born knowing what espresso is, or any of these other things that somebody somewhere created, and it just kind of rolled. And usually, just like any other like language meaning, it's changed throughout time and place. And a lot of coffee shops have different definitions for the same word. So, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you have questions, ask us, because even if you're an expert, it might be done differently here. Like, you don't know till you ask.
Yeah.
Let's lower that barrier to asking. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So with that said, we want to present something to you. So Ben, would you like to do the honors?
So we would like to present with you the Mustached Coffee Bean.
So congratulations. That is a rare award.
Wow.
That is yours.
This is incredible. Oh my goodness,
And what's
guys.
interesting about this is an actual X-ray of a coffee bean.
No way.
Yeah. So it's an actual coffee bean. I mean, how much cups of coffee do you think you can make out of that?
Could probably do like a full Chemex, maybe.
Yeah.
Pour over two. You could probably do like a quad shot of espresso out of this thing.
Yes. So we couldn't think of another place. Like we kind of have you guys as the gold standard. We can't recommend, if you're in the Ohio area, if you're watching this, listening, check them out. They know their coffee. You hear from Andy, he loves to talk coffee, so you can get kind of that insight. But that is very fitting from us. We wanted to make sure that of all coffee shops, couldn't think of more. So congratulations. That is the first time we're handing this out too. So you get the first of the Mustache Coffee Bean.
That is so cool, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for your hospitality. And again, we're on site. This is just awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great.
For sure. Yeah.
We wanted to also did you want to do rapid fire?
Yes.
Questions.
I got some rapid fire.
We normally do universal questions, and we did that last time. So we'll put you on the hot seat, all right, for just a minute, and I'm going to let Ben take it from here. So it's just rapid fire.
It's a few. I don't have a whole lot, but rapid fire. Do you have any talents? Yeah, I know.
I mean, yeah. I like to think roasting and, baristing is one of the forefront ones. My easy cop-out answer, because I just got so much practice. But I love math, board games, strategy, anything like that. A lot of people won't play a lot of things with me at this point, so
nice.
I'll leave it at that.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
There you go. Oh, yes. I found it. And it kind of goes with the next question. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Photosynthesis.
That was quick.
Yeah.
That was.
It's a pretty daily lament that I don't have photosynthesis. So, and I talk about this to other people who share my sister's a celiac, and I credit her with the first planting that seed of like, oh, that would be a sick superpower.
That would be awesome.
Uh-huh.
If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Ooh. That's a tough one.
That's Tom.
Probably Jimmy Neutron.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
I mean, you with your photosynthesis, and then him,
I could ask him to make me a photosynthesis,
There
right?
you go.
It'd work.
And then the last one, and I have a feeling I know what your answer is. If you were trapped on a desert island, what would you bring?
Oh boy. Oh. I know it's supposed to be rapid fire, but man,
That's okay.
probably just like, can I bring like a multi-tool? Just
Sure.
like a knife, like a loaded
There you go.
kind of thing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Something to make coffee out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like to live. That's
Yeah,
like coffee's important, but if I can't grow coffee, then that's
There you
kind
go.
of a moot point.
That's awesome.
That's a great. So that's all the
That's it.
questions.
That's all I got.
All right, you're off the hot seat then. That
Whew.
kind of
All right.
rapid fire kind of puts more pressure on you to like.
Just a
Think of it.
super light roast. Put me in, put me out. Like,
Yeah, there you go. That's
super,
it.
Super light.
We should almost call it that. Light. We'll call it the light roast. rapid
Extremes.
there we go.
Yes.
fire. So we want to thank you again for having us on site. We'll go ahead and wrap things up. We'll move into our last segment.
Last drop. Brought to you by Coffee.
Take it away, Ben.
Ohio is known for many things: theme parks, sports teams, and is now home to a new reptile. In Beavercreek, Ohio, a father and son were fishing when they spotted an alligator in a pond. The son took several pictures, so beware. If you're fishing in Beavercreek, Ohio, you might spot this alligator. Maybe that's my father stole an alligator. Who knows? That's what I got.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Did you see something about that, Andy?
I did, yeah.
So
There are gators here.
My dad had one and somebody stole it.
he stole it?
Yes.
Who steals an alligator?
I don't know. Some guy, some teacher or something was like, "Hey, can I borrow your alligator for a school
Oh, he
thing?"
actually knew the like.
Yeah. So he knew the guy. He's like, "I'll pay you $75 for it," and then like he just never called my dad back. And who knows? Maybe he just threw him in that pond.
Maybe that is the alligator.
Maybe that's
it
the
just got
alligator.
bigger.
Yeah. Well, the alligator was built like that. So
Yeah. So
The toxic
Maybe.
runoff and the superpowers, like you never know.
I know, but it's
gators.
all the stuff. Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're
Godzilla. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
all that stuff.
anything's
there's a rich
possible.
history of reptiles that have gone into the bodies of water and emerged.
Yes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
So
what
thank
it
you for that, Ben. And public service announcement: if you are in the Beaver Creek area, watch out. There might be an alligator. Of all things, I guess there could be worse things, but we won't go there. We'll just leave it at that. So, again, we can't thank you enough, Andy. We want to make sure this is your time to tell ones where they can find you. So, is there a website, social platforms that you guys are on?
Yeah, ContempoRoast.com is going to be our website where you can order beans. We do ship, like you said, to just about anywhere. Free shipping on orders over $75. We've got whole beans. We've got K-cups that are fully compostable, mugs, travel mugs, all kinds of stuff. We're on socials. Facebook and Instagram are likely our most active. ContempoRoast is going to be the standard. If you can find us on ContempoRoast Coffee, that works too. But at ContempoRoast is our handle on just about everything.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Yes, check them out. Like we said, we gave them this award. It is very much earned. I can't say enough good things about them. Just pop in if you're in the area. At the very least, check them out online. So let's make sure we do our due diligence, Ben. So where can people find us at?
So we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Stash and Joe. And if you have any questions, if you're watching this and you're, please subscribe. We would love to have you subscribe to us and like our video if you like. And then, check out Andy ContempoRoast. So that's how you can get a hold of us.
Yep, that's it. So again, can't thank you enough, Andy. We loved being on. This was an absolute blast, and we love catching up with you. We're going to obviously keep up with all those future roasts you're talking about.
Awesome.
So we're gonna be up to date on what's going on. So be sure to follow them as well, like you mentioned. But that'll do it for now. As we always say, don't bash the stash.
I need espresso for the depresso.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.